is. It's kind of like a church in here. It suddenly got really quiet. I know you're pointing at me. We're live. Welcome to Vision. Welcome. Happy Mother's Day. Good to see you all here. Those of you joining us online, we're so glad you're joining us here today. Let's all stand up and celebrate being together. There is joy in God. There is life in the Spirit. There is peace in the knowledge of God. There's a fountain that flows like a wellspring within us, abounding as love to my soul. All blessing and beauty within.
Good morning, Vision. How is everyone this morning? Oh, I love that. Let's say it again. Great. Oh, see, isn't that delicious? I love that. Happy Divine Feminine Awareness Day. I love that. Come on, it's true. It's all about the nurturing aspect of the divine within all of us, right? So anytime you use that creative energy of spirit, you're using the divine feminine energy, right? Whether you create a song or you create a work of art or you create a business, whatever you're doing, that creative force, that is the divine feminine energy of spirit. It is the creative energy. So happy Mother's Day. I mean, really, how many of us had a mother? See, there you go. Okay, so we've got it all in us. Everyone does. I usually take this, you know what? Forget it. Wait. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's pray in first. Giving great thanks for this day, knowing that it is divinely guided, that we are surrounded and supported by that energy which is spirit. That it is forever walking before us. It is holding the light high and opening the doors that we must walk through and unfolding before us that perfect, beautiful, unique life of spirit and form that I know that we are. So I give great thanks for this moment in time, for coming together, for recognizing this within ourselves and then within others and knowing that there is one life. It is God's life. It is whole and perfect and complete, and it is the life that we are living right here and right now. And so it is. See, yeah, that's better. I read this usually on Mother's Day, and I hope you're not bored by it because it's been a couple of years, but I just love it. I think it honors the divine feminine in all of us. And it says we celebrate all aspects of motherhood, the good and the bad. And for those who experience loss through miscarriage or failed adoptions or running away, we mourn with you. To those who walk the hard path of infertility, fraught with pokes and prods and tears and disappointment, we walk with you. Forgive us when we say foolish things. We don't mean to make your experience more difficult. For those who are foster moms, mentor moms, spiritual moms, the world needs you. Thank you for your service. For those who have warm and close relations with your children, we celebrate you. To those who have disappointment, heartache, distance with your children, we sit with you. For those who have lost a child this year, we mourn with you. To those who lost a mother this year, we grieve with you. To those who have experienced abuse at the hands of your own mother, we acknowledge you. To those who have lived through driving tests and medical tests and the overall test of motherhood, we are better for having you in our midst. To those who are single and long to be married and mothering your own children, we support you in your intention with love. To those who step parent, we walk with you on those complex paths. To those who lavish love on grandchildren, yes, enjoy. To those who have envisioned lavishing love on grandchildren and yet that dream has not happened, we vision with you. To those who have emptier nests, oh, that's me too, and we grieve and rejoice with you. To those who have placed children for adoption, we commend you for your selflessness. And remember that you hold that child in your heart forever. This Mother's Day, we walk with you all. Mothering is not for the faint of heart, and we have real warriors in our midst. We acknowledge all of you. Happy Mother's Day. I don't know why I do that. I cry all the time. And you know, Mother's Day is one of those things that brings up a lot within us. So if you have those feelings, you know, there's a whole bunch of them in there, please see a practitioner. We have them on standby right here in the front of the room at the end of the celebration. With the ministers and practitioners, please raise your hand so that you can be identified. See, look at all of this. We are all here for you. So please, please, please come to the front of the room at the end of service, pick a practitioner, and just have some prayer work done. It is. We know that prayer changes things. It is a healing opportunity. So please do that. Let's see what else. Oh, I know. We have guest packets if you are new to Vision, or if you're visiting, or if you're here for the first time, or if you're here for the 900th time. No, has there been 900 times? I don't think so. Anyway, we have guest packets. You can get one, look it over, share it with someone that you know, share it with someone who might want to change their lives as well. Because we know that prayer changes things, right? Prayer changes lives. So please get that done. I like totally spaced out. There's a greeting on the front of this guest packet. We say it to remind each other. We say it for our guests. We say it for our dear Vision family that is at large. Let's say it together. You ready? Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. So now turn to somebody and say, welcome to Vision. I love it. I love it. Yay, we're such a chatty bunch. I just think it's great. Okay, I'm going to turn it over now to James Vandenberg, who's our choir director, and he's leading the celebration singers this morning. And we, all of us, right? We're all going to sing our centering song and prepare us for our 5-minute meditation. Take it away.
I breathe and know the truth for me. I breathe and know the truth for you. We breathe and know the truth for all. We breathe and know the truth. I breathe and know the truth for me. I breathe and know the truth truth for you. We breathe and know the truth for all. We breathe and know the truth. We breathe and know the truth. We breathe and know the truth.
Good morning. My name is Diane Russell, and I am a licensed spiritual counselor here at Vision, also a staff minister. Please take these quotations into your heart as we move into the silence, and please allow the tones of the bowl to bring you into and out of the 5-minute meditation. The first quote is by Emma Curtis Hopkins. Mind will certainly demonstrate as much greatness as it has courage to stand by its intention. And then from Ernest Holmes, true imagination is not fanciful daydreaming. It is fire from heaven. Dear ones, please join me in consciousness as we recognize the nature of spirit. Know with me that this one is love, is joy, is peace. It is all those beautiful qualities that God is and that we are. I know that those times when we feel like we cannot find spirit anywhere, that it's still with us. It's still always with us. I know that this one guides us and protects us always. That we are on this journey of awakening, and that we are guided. I know for anyone that is experiencing something other than perfect health, I know that there is a perfect pattern of health in the mind of God. And so I know that all we do is remove the filters or the obstructions in our mind to that health, to that glowing and vibrant, vital health. I know that for anyone experiencing heaviness or loss, that there is comfort in God. There is comfort in the love of your friends and family. There is comfort in this community. I know for anyone that is experiencing anything in any other way that is unlike the goodness and abundance of God, that is also let go of, that it is not the truth of who we are. I know and recognize that divine feminine is within each one of us in many, many ways. And we allow it to come forward. We allow it to express in its fullness. I am grateful for the unfolding of this morning's service in its perfection. I am grateful for the music which always supports us and opens our hearts. I am grateful for this community that is filled with love and warmth. I let these words be complete now in the mind of God and here in physical form. And as I release them, please join me in saying, "And so it is."
We are lucky to have this special guest today. Those of you who love theater and have been going to theater in San Diego know him. If he were cast in a lead, you really wouldn't notice anybody else in the show. And if he was cast in other than a lead, he stole the show anyway. So his mama raised him right, for sure. So please welcome Paul Kruse.
Hi there. Good morning, and thank you. Thank you very much for having me back today. This song was something special. My mom used to sing it to me when I was a little sprout. And it was a big hit in 1966, a long time ago. The odd thing about this song is that it was the last great hit, international hit, for Mr. Charlie Chaplin. And my mom, on Christmas, one year bought me a melodica. It's a little mouth organ thing, and I learned how to play this song. And when I came out and played it for her, she cried, and she hugged me. But I couldn't sing it to her, so I hope I can sing it to you right now. There's a little production value, and here we go. at you. Flowers are smiling bright, smiling for our delight, smiling so tenderly for the world, you and me. I know why the world is smiling, smiling so tenderly. It hears the same old story throughout eternity. Love, this is my song. Here is a song, a serenade to you. The world cannot be wrong if in this world there is you. I care not what the world may say. Without your love, there is no day. So, love, this is my song. Here is a song, a serenade to you. I care not what the world may say. Without your love, there is no day. So, love, this is my song. Here is a song, a serenade to you. Thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful. Oh, wow. So May's theme is raise your voice, right? Raise your voice. I was like, oh, this theme this month was made for me. Big mouth. And today is Mother's Day. So I'm one of those individuals that has many great memories of my mom. I'm very fortunate in that way. But you know, there were times. And here's the thing. We all know as a child, it is your responsibility to push against the limits, right? That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to push against those limits. And as a parent, it is our responsibility to set those limits to keep our children safe. And I think that is the dynamic of growing up, right? Oh, this far and no farther, this far and no farther. And then they just keep pushing and pushing. And when I was young, growing up on Staten Island, we had a lot of empty space, a lot of woods back in those days. And I'd say, hey, Ma, the kids and I are going up into the woods and we're going to shoot off BB guns at each other and hide behind trees and stuff. And my mother would say, well, wait, hang on a second. It'd be more like this. My mother would say, I don't think so. And then I got a little older, and my girlfriend Candy, she was the troublemaker. It wasn't me, it was her. She always had these ideas, right? Ma, we're going over to Candy's house, we're having a pool party. Yes, I know her parents are away. It'll be fine, the guys will protect us all. And my mother would say, I don't think so, right? You getting this? Yeah. Well, when I was 13, we had a great idea, my girlfriends and I. Ma, we are going to hitchhike up the New York State Thruway, and we're going to go to this big music festival. It's called Woodstock. And my mother said, yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, that's exactly how it came down. I don't think so. And then in high school, Ma, I'm going to apply to Berkeley. My mother said, I don't think so. Yeah, exactly. So I did go to college. I went to City University of New York. I got my degree, biomedical research. And while I'm going to school and taking all of these classes, my mother said, why do you want to go to school for all these years and take all those classes when you're going to get married and have kids? And for the first time in my life, I turned to her and I said, you know, goes around, comes around, right? So here's the thing. I find somebody, I fall in love, we get married, there's commitment, right? You start to raise a family. When I had my first child, my mother gave me this cute little gift. It was a coffee mug, and it said on the outside of it, I went to school for years to do this. Funny lady, my mom. And, you know, and here's the thing, it continues, right? So I have 3 lovely children, and they are the lights of my life. And you know, life is good and filled with love. And my daughter comes to me in high school and says, Ma, I think I'm going to pierce my belly button. And then I said, I don't think so. And on it goes, right? And on it goes. And you know, the funny thing is, I think all families have their version of that. Did your mom have a version of that? I mean, I don't think so. Or, you know, in New York, you heard a lot of, over my dead body, y'all. You know, whatever it was, whatever it is, there's that mom line in the sand, right? That says, I don't think so. That's an awful lot of denials growing up, right? An awful lot of denials. But here's the thing. We are here, and we are in an affirmative philosophy, right? Ernest Holmes taught us affirmative prayer. Everything is affirmative. We talk about the positive all the time. That seems like it growing up with an awful lot of denials. But you know what? I was thinking about it, and there is a powerful, powerful place for denials in our affirmative teaching, right? Now, those denials were there when I was younger to keep me alive, basically, you know, because I'd have gone off the rails. And that's what we grow up with a lot. And like I said, every family probably has their version of that. So kids will survive to adulthood, right? And denials have a place in our New Thought teaching. They really, really do. And I love to call it the holy hell no, because that's really what it is. When we become more and more aware of our thoughts, right, that endless narrative that goes on in our head all the time, we begin to question those thoughts, right? That's what we do. That's what New Thought is about, questioning the thoughts that are on automatic pilot, the ones that just keep rolling around through our heads all the time. We begin to question whether that thought is truth or whether it's just somebody's opinion we took on, right? We just took it on and we accepted it as truth. Sometimes, and I know this is true for me, I'm bothered by my own thoughts. You know, sometimes I'm like, wait a minute, why am I even thinking that? That's silly. That's not the truth of me. Whatever, right? It's not the truth of me. Go away. Go into somebody else's head. I don't want to, you know, that limiting thought, whatever it is. When you doubt your abilities, do you ever doubt your abilities? When fear shows its ugly face in your head, or when you limit yourself, oh, I can't do that, you know, that's beyond my capability, whatever is going on in your head, it is our job in New Thought to call out those imposters, right? To call them out and say, no, that is not the truth of me. That's your holy hell no. No, that is not the truth of me. That's just some limiting thought I took on because somebody else said it, or because I heard it, or because it's in human race consciousness and it just floats through my head. Now, we may not even have an affirmation in place yet for it, but at least we are awake and aware enough to reject the false statement, right? We may not have the affirmation yet, but we at least have to have the denial. That's a great place to start. That phony thought, that fear thought, that limiting thought, whatever it is, flows through your mind. That is not the truth of me. And if that's all you can say in the moment, that's okay. That's the starting place. We reject the false limiting belief, and that is the denial statement. That's not the truth of me. Emma Curtis Hopkins had a whole lesson in her 12 lessons in the absolute. She had a whole lesson, remission, about the power of denials. She said this. She said there are she claims, 5 divine denials. And she says this, steadfastly facing thee, there is no evil on my pathway. Right? And we know evil just means the wrong thought or the limiting thought, fear. Steadfastly facing thee, there is no matter with its laws, which means there is no matter, everything is spirit. And we know this is true. Everything is one thing. It's spirit in form, but it's still spirit. Steadfastly facing thee, there is no lack or limit or deprivation. That was 3. 4, there is nothing to fear, for there is no power in hurt. These are all denials. And the 5th one, there is no sin, sickness, or death. There is no sin, sickness, or death. And you think, oh yeah? Where is that? In God. In God. Where is God? Everywhere. Everywhere, because God is all there is. So she says, preach remission, preach dissolving grace. And I absolutely love that thought. I love that saying, dissolving grace. When we speak the truth, you can just feel it. You can just feel it. The false ideas just melt away. Preach dissolving grace. When we look up, and that was part of her teaching, when we look up, we declare these denials reveal the truth of life. See how that works? We speak those denials and it reveals the truth of life and it flows through us. The dissolving grace of spirit descends upon us, freeing us of everything unlike truth. That's what it does, right? So the denials are just part of just releasing what is not true. Ernest Holmes said this about denials, and I love I'm a fangirl. Ernest Holmes said, the mental act of knowing that any negative condition need not be. Denial clears the way for the realization of truth. It is a wiping out of wrong reasoning. It is a clearing of the ground, a dredging of the mental channels, preparatory to the building of a positive, constructive affirmation. Do not stop with the denial. That is only the preliminary step. Deny the false and then affirm the real. The need of denial ceases as thought rises to the real spiritual perception. So you see, it's just a step in our pathway. You can see that, right? First, we have to deny what is not true. And you learned it here, right? The 5 steps of affirmative prayer. Recognition, unification, realization, that's the affirmative step, thanksgiving and release, right? There's our step. So step 3 is realization, because we realize the truth of ourselves. That's why it's called realization. We realize it and we declare it as truth in our life. We are declaring it as true and already done. And Ernest Holmes tells us there's 2 types of prayer, right? There is the realization, and then there is the argumentative. And it's the argumentative prayer that uses denial, affirm, denial, affirm. And we can go back and forth as many times as we need to deny the limiting beliefs that may be housed in our own heads. Now, some religious science churches, and maybe you've tried other ones, some teach a 7-step prayer, right? Affirmative prayer. Some centers will teach a 9-step prayer. Man, you're in prayer for days, right? I mean, not really. But that 3rd step, the realization step or the declaration step, you can call it whatever you want, that 3rd step is the step where we do the work of realizing the truth for us. And the way we teach it, that 3rd step can include affirmations and denials. And affirmations and denials, like watching a ping pong game, right? You're going back and forth and back and forth. Because in your mind, you can't get to the place where you accept it as truth. So you keep arguing in your own mind, God knows the truth of us. We don't even have to do this work if we accepted it. So we do the work of affirmation, denial, affirmation, and denial. What those other centers might do is they make each one of those a separate step. And that's why it goes affirmation, and denial. So you can see that it could be 7 steps, 8 steps, 11 steps, whatever. As many steps as it takes. We just make that 3rd step. and you do what you have to do, whether it's argumentative or it's declarative, right? So we just do it. We just do it. And if you have to argue within your own consciousness, oh no, but I really can't do it. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, right? We argue back and forth. Ernest Holmes said, now we know that a series of affirmations and denials will produce a result. That is a technique. We know that gradually the denials will turn themselves into affirmations. We keep denying what we know is not true. We keep going, no, that's not the truth of us. No, I am not limited. Yes, I can do this. It goes back and forth. And he said, that's better. Because when those denials turn into affirmations, that is recognition. Right? Remember when we learned that third step, recognition, we talk it until we get it. That is recognition. We know that as those affirmations turn themselves into that indestructible state of consciousness, which can no longer be analyzed, we have what is called a realization. So maybe we do have to argue ourselves into the realization of the truth of our statement, of our prayer. So we get 7 steps or 9 steps when the affirmative step and the denial step are separated up, right? So you get that. We don't need to do that. Realization is realization. Because sometimes we have to argue within our own mind to get to the truth of what we're saying. And Ernest Holmes said this, any denial we make in treatment is simply to conduct us to the place of greater affirmation, right? So that denial, that's not the truth of me. I am the outpicturing of spirit. I cannot be limited by whatever, fill in the blank, right? It's kind of like math. We say 2 + 2 = 5. 2 + 2 = 5. That's how I was raised. That's what I know. 2 + 2 = 5. We don't fight against the wrong conclusion. We simply explain or deny. We simply use denial, right? We deny the false, and we conduct ourselves to the truth. 4. It's 4, right? The inevitable conclusion when we take away the wrong answer. That's what denial and affirmation means, right? We take away the wrong thing, the false belief, the human race consciousness. What's left is truth. 4. It's 4. And spirit is truth. Affirmations and denials are for the sole purpose of converting thought to a belief in the spiritual truth of life. That's all they are, both of them. The premise of the correct affirmative prayer is, Ernest Holmes said, perfect God, perfect human, perfect being. That's it. That's where our prayer leads us. Perfect God, perfect human, perfect being. And he says this, once we realize that God makes all things out of itself, simply by speaking the word, we will never again use denials in our prayers. Denials are simply a way to get there for us. Do you see how that works? It is simply a way to get there. And once we are there in the revelation of truth in our own minds, we don't need to use the denial anymore. Ernest Holmes even actually cautioned us against using denials when we don't need to, because he said sometimes by using denials, we can actually build a blockage to the demonstration of our own prayer, because we make the thing real if we keep going back to it. We keep declaring it's not there, right? It's kind of like that negative. So we are to conduct ourselves through denials and affirmations to a place where we're all affirmation, right? We are not arguing against anything. We're not trying to force anything to happen. We are not trying to convince God to do something for us. We're simply trying to accept our good. We're simply trying to get to the place in our own minds, not in God's mind, God knows truth. We're simply trying to get to the place in our own minds where truth is revealed. That's it, where truth is revealed. We don't make things happen, we make things welcome. That's what Ernest Holmes said. We get to the place where we know God is all there is. God is all there is. Ernest Holmes said this. He said, the mental attitude of the practitioner, and the practitioner is all of us, remember, anybody who practices this philosophy, anyone who practices this philosophy is called a practitioner. We are a practitioner of the science of mind and spirit. He said, the mental attitude of the practitioner is one of denial toward every false condition that opposes the principle of life as one of absolute perfection. So that's anything, any false condition that opposes the principle of life as one of absolute perfection. He goes on to say, God's world is perfect. Right? Emma would say it this way. She would say, reveal to me the finished kingdom through which I walk. Right? And say that to yourself as you go through the day. Reveal to me the finished kingdom through which I demand it. Reveal to me the finished kingdom through which I walk. See the perfection, see the good, see the abundance, see the joy, see the beauty. This is our demand on spirit. Reveal to me the finished kingdom through which I walk. Anyway, Ernest Holmes goes on to say, spiritual things must be spiritually discerned. And when we are ready and willing spiritually to discern, we shall find a ready response from the invisible to the visible. That means things take form, right? Thoughts are things. And when our thoughts are conducted to the highest and best possible outcome for our lives, that is what begins to show up. Let us do our work conscientiously and thoroughly and leave the results to the law, which is perfect. That means stay out of the how, folks. Remember that one? Stay out of the... Yeah, but how is this going to happen? Not our business. Not our business. Stay out of the how. Leave the results up to the law, which is perfect. Holy moly. Holy moly. Do you think that you can do this? Okay, here's the bigger question. Can we possibly fail when Spirit has our back? I don't think so. Thank you very much.
And knowing that, you have to know you have the best musicians in San Diego right here. Right here. These guys are great. Thank you for playing this song for me. I took to heart the saying, raise your voice. My voice has always been a different drummer. I'm always, always a little off. But my mom loved it, so it's okay. So this song just raises me and lifts me. And the word home means get back to who I want to be.
Had no choice, I could not believe the information.
to trust my imagination. My heart going boom, boom, boom. Hey, he said, grab your things, I've come to take you home. Yeah. Keeping silence I design. My friend would think I was a nut, turning water into wine. Open doors would soon be shut. So I went from day to day, though my life was in a rut, until I thought of what I'd say, which connections I should cut. I was feeling part of the scenery. I walked right out of the machinery. My heart's going boom, boom, boom. Hey, he said, grab your things, I've come to take you home. Hey, back home. When illusion spins a web, I'm never where I wanna be, and liberty she pirouettes when I think that I am free. Watched by empty silhouettes who close their eyes but still can see. No one taught them etiquette. I will show another me. Today I don't need a replacement. I'll tell them what the smile on my face meant. My heart's going boom, boom, boom. Hey, I said, you can keep my things, I'm marching my way back home. Oh, back home. I'm going home, home. I'm going home, home. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Gotta love it. We do have the best music, don't we? Ever, ever. Thank you so much. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, band. I just love it. Something. Well, I am here to introduce conscious circulation. This is our opportunity to stay in the flow of abundance, knowing that spirit is abundant and it's limitless, it is infinite. We're going to acknowledge that through a spiritual practice that we call tithing, right? Or donating or giving or whatever you want to call it. Here is the thing. I want it to be conscious. That's why we call it conscious circulation, right? So if you're giving through the bank or automatically, don't make it automatic. Make it conscious. Bring it to mind as we go to prayer. Knowing that there is one life, one energy in the entire universe, always forever expanding. We know that consciousness is spirit. We know that it is one, and that everything in the manifest universe is part of that. It is an outpicturing of this one energy that has sought and found a way to observe itself, to experience itself in form. And all form in the manifest universe is that. It is the body of God. It is that natural and logical outpicturing of that sentient energy. So I know that we are that. We are that stuff of stars. We are the stuff of that universal intelligence. We are the stuff of spirit. And so I know that everything that we attribute to spirit, abundance and beauty and balance and power and love and order and joy, all of those qualities are qualities within us. We know that flows through us as we awaken to them and know them and demonstrate them, embody them, believe them. And so I know that the abundance of God, that limitless, infinite abundance of God flows through us and as us in the world. That there is always more where that came from, and we can never outgive God. There's a denial. We can never outgive God. I give great thanks for the abundance here, through our lives, through our consciousness, the abundance of love, the abundance of friendships, the abundance of resources, the abundance of all good things that we know our God in form, and so it is.
As I give, so do I receive, joyfully, gratefully. As I give, so do I receive, fully, freely. God is the river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. As I give, so do I receive, offering my first and best. As I give, so do I receive, knowing how I've been blessed. God is the river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. As I give, so do I receive, back to where my soul is fed. As I give, so do I receive. Thank you for my daily bread. God is the river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. As I give, so do I receive.
Yes, and this is usually the time for the Miracle Minute, but I don't have one this morning, but that's okay. Email me your demonstration of answered prayer so that I can share it next week. You know, it's the way we do things here. We share them, and then it lifts really the whole community. I love to hear how things are working out, right? Because you know they are. We have a challenge. We bring it to prayer. We bring it to the practitioners. We bring it someplace. We bring it to consciousness, and conditions change. And then we get to report it right here. So email me. I'll have one for next week. But now it's the last word by Johnny Kirko.
Was I lickety split up here coming up there, huh? If it weren't for some friend who showed up this week, I'd have been on the tennis court yesterday, but this Saturday for sure, I'm back on the tennis court for sure.
Very good.
Hello, everybody online. We have our meet and greet right after our celebration. Join us. We got a practitioner available for one-on-one prayer. Say hello to our community all over the world. All over the world. All over the world. They're all over.
Where?
This Wednesday, Wednesday is the second Wednesday, and the diversity team's getting together. So if you want to be a part of that, you can find the link on the website and join and be a part of that diversity team led by Hummingbird Dixon, Dr. Dixon, and she'll go through that with you. And it's a good little group who gets together once a month, and they're getting ready for the Pride Parade for June. So we're looking forward to that. This Wednesday, Penguin Lessons is going to be movie night. It's movie night. We have Penguin Lessons. It's about a gentleman who is a teacher, goes on strike or something, goes and gets a penguin, and somehow does something with it. 7 p.m. right here. Coming to that's the teaser. Wait till you see what the movie's all about. But anyway, 7 p.m. here on this Wednesday. Join us. We'd love to see you there. And then a week from this Wednesday is open mic night, where we're going to have all kinds of music and singing and poetry, and thank you, Diane. All kinds of wonderful stuff. On Saturday, what is the date? The 24th, Reverend Gene Phillips is going to be doing another one of the self-cares, and it's called Your Inner Helpers. We have information about that online. They only let 30 people into that, and they've been filling each time. So if you want to be a part of that, it's a Saturday morning. Gourmets for God. So we've been talking about the Gourmets for God. If you want to be a part of that and host something, there's all kinds of ideas that if you go to the website and you go to the link on there, you'll find all of the different ideas that people up in Seattle are doing. They do all kinds of stuff. They go to the picnic in the park. They go to the baseball game. Hello, Dorothy. They do all kinds of, they do dinners at homes, they'll do something here. So anytime, if you want to use the space for something, come see me. I'd like to talk to you about that. So sign up on the website, love to be a part. We only have a couple more weeks for signing up. The Adopt-A-Bill, we continue to appreciate. I want to say this. You paid for the fixing of the air conditioner. It was $4,000 to fix this air conditioner, and thank God we have it today. Woo, it's been hot the last couple of days. A little chilly in here, huh? I wanted to make sure you were feeling it. It's working, darn it. But thank you, everybody, for helping in the Adopt-A-Bill. If you want to continue to support the Adopt-A-Bill, you can see the board out there in the foyer, and you can go see Paul and give a donation, or online. Keep supporting that. It's our fundraiser, our big fundraiser we do each year. Next week, we have Reverend Diane Russell as our guest speaker. And she says, don't tell me what to do. With Janet Hammer and the house band, so we'll have those. How about Paul Kruse today? Thank you, Paul. Very creative. By the way, he's the one who came up with all the pictures for the first song. Wonderful job, wonderful job.
And our new sound guy?
What about?
You want to introduce our new
And we do have a new sound guy who started today, Joey. Say hello to Joey, everybody.
Come by and say hello.
And Larry, did you want to do something? You've got cake in your hand or something. Come on up, Larry. It's cake time here. At Vision, if we don't have cake, there's something wrong. Huh, Larry? And it's Mother's Day, so obviously that's a big part. Oh, look how pretty the flowers are. What do you got, Larry?
It's a Mother's Day cake.
Come over here,
for
closer,
everyone.
closer.
It's a Mother's Day cake for everyone. It's chocolate, 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 and raspberry filling. So it's for everybody. We have a Mother's Day feast there of foods either that your mother made or liked. So my mom, I couldn't remember what my mom made for the kids. I remember what she made for my dad. So she liked to go up for Chinese food, so that's what I brought it. All right, so see you at the hospitality.
We're going to stand up and we're going to say our affirmations. They are on they're in your bulletin. They're on your bulletin, actually, on the front page. Or do they work this? Yay! They are all saying the same thing. I love it when it works. Okay, you ready? You with me? Practitioners, ministers, come to the front. Be ready for prayer. Let's do this together. I choose an attitude of gratitude. I allow my divine feminine attributes to shine. My beauty blesses the world around me. Oh my God. Yeah, let's do 3 again because we know this is the truth of us. You ready? My beauty blesses the world around me. Just let that sink in. Let that sink in. Let's go to prayer. I know that there is one life. It is God's life. It is a unity. And I know that within that unity we express diversity. We are unique individualizations of that energy, of that universal intelligence, each expressing our own way in a beautiful way. Knowing that all good is God and God is all good all the time, we simply let it be, and so it is. So it is. Amen.
I am the peace of God in this world, the presence of Spirit's grace for all. I live the truth that sets all people free. I am the peace of God. I am the peace of God, and I shine my light, the light of truth within me, creating peace on earth. Yes, I shine my light, the light of truth within me, creating peace on earth. And I shine my light, the light of truth within me, creating peace on earth. Yes, I shine my light, the light of truth within me, creating peace on earth.